Here's 5 different gimbal moves that I use all the time when I'm crafting my stories. Number 1 is a dolly side profile, and you can either use this to follow a subject or just use it to shoot the scene that's in front of you. Now you're gonna take your camera and you're gonna move left to right or right to left, and just keeping at a steady pace in a straight line as you move perpendicular to the scene that you're filming. Now number 2 is an orbit. Now I like to use this shot all the time when I'm using a drone. However, with a gimbal, it works just as well. Essentially what an orbit is you have a single point and you're moving in a full circle around that point. You can either move in a fast, tight circle, or you can move in a super wide and slow circle. And I like to use this in a few different ways. So I'll either have a subject completely centered and I'll move around them, and this shows a lot of parallax with that background and foreground, or I'll just put a point somewhere on the ground in the distance and I'll create a much bigger arc. And just having that movement where you're moving side to side but also rotating just adds more of a dynamic feel to the footage that you're filming. Number 3 is the follow, and I like to use this all the time when I'm shooting people because I want to follow them through a scene. The ways I like to use it is in front or behind. So I'll be behind my subjects and then I'll follow them through the scene so you can see where they're going, or I'll do the opposite where I'm in front of my subjects and walking backwards so that the subjects are walking towards me and I can see where they're coming from. Number 4 is the pan. Now this might seem like a simple shot, but it just works so much better when you have a gimbal because you stand in one place and you just pan the camera from left to right or right to left. And when you're using a gimbal, it's gonna be perfectly smooth. If you're hand holding the camera, you're gonna introduce a lot of shake into this footage, even with stabilizers, or you could use a tripod. However, I'm not always bringing a tripod with a video head that allows me to do this smooth pan. So I'll use a gimbal to get these shots, and it just gives me a good way to show the scene where we're at. So when I was in Alaska, I used this shot all the time to just show the mountains or to show the landscape of the places that we were going and exploring. And number 5 is the jib. So I like to use this shot to start down low and then move up as high as I can get my arms, so you get this sweeping motion of moving from the ground to the sky. And if you have a monopod, you can make a much bigger movement, but the idea is that you're going from down low to up high or up high to down low. Now variety is essential when you're shooting gimbal shots. So when you sit down at your computer to start editing, you have a bunch of different shots that really paint the picture of the scene that you're in and really show your subject moving and interacting with that scene. One thing you always want to do when you're out filming is think about the edit. You want to think how things will be cut together. Now, one other thing that you want to think about is your distance from what it is that you're shooting. When you're working with subjects, when you're working with people or something specific, you don't always want to be super close in on that thing or that person. Rather, get yourself away, have a big landscape shot, and have your subject move through that scene, rather than always being super close.